Coral. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with one of my favorite videos to do every year. This is the part 3, the third part of my summer recommendations. I guess, I don't know if I can call it a part 3 because I am recommending a book that I recommend every year. But then also some others. And so I'm going to recommend that book, and also I'm going to give you a little TBR, a little stack of books I'm hoping to read this summer. I love summer and winter horror, specifically books that really give you a feel for the hot or cold weather. In this case, the hot weather, very hot, steamy settings. I love that. And I think a lot of summer horror is either coming of age or like isolation. Some of it's not. I don't know. I'm going to tell you about some that I've really liked though. So I guess to start this off, I'm going to tell you about one of my very favorite books, maybe my very favorite summer horror, The Ruins by Scott Smith. This is about a couple, like a group of friends. They're like college age. They're on vacation in Mexico. They're at the Yucatan Peninsula and they meet some other tourists. One of them is from Germany, I believe. Wow. Can I not remember all of a sudden? I don't know. Yeah, he's German. And he was there with his brother, but his brother met somebody who was part of like an archaeological dig, an archaeology team, and he decided to go check out the ruin that they were excavating. And now he has not heard from his brother. He's worried about it. He's made friends with this group of Americans, and he invites them, or kind of asks for their help, I suppose, in finding his brother. He's got like a little map of where this excavation site is supposed to be, and they go there and they are unable to leave. And it is really so good. This has some really great body horror. It's been a couple years since I read it, and I think I might need to read it again. It's just really, I don't know. He does this thing where he personifies something that isn't supposed to be a living thing, kind of. I guess it's like a living thing, but it's not like a human, but it gives it sort of like this insidious nature, and it's just a really great book. I love this book. It's such a great summer read. Okay, another super steamy, makes you need a tall glass of water book for you all to read this summer is Cujo by Stephen King. I don't often recommend Stephen King books on videos like this because they are just so we're saturated in King, but I think this is one that doesn't get talked about as much. Of course, there's going to be somebody who's like, I've seen 20 videos this week about people talking about Cujo, and like, that's great, but like in the videos that I watch, I guess, I don't see Cujo mentioned a lot when we're talking about Stephen King. So this is a great one. This is about a mom and a son. They are trapped in their car at their mechanic's house, outside their mechanic's house, and they are unable to move the car. The car's dead, and they're trapped. And the reason they're trapped is because the mechanic's giant Saint Bernard Cujo is rabid and is keeping watch over them. And this one's sad. It just feels really claustrophobic when you read it. It's like you really get the muggy, hot, disgusting, it feels gross reading this. You feel gross, you feel bad, and you feel sad reading it. And it's been a while since I read this one too. Should probably do that again. I watched the movie over October last year. It's a pretty good movie, but the book's better, of course. Okay, these next two I ended up reading both last year. This one is Burnt Offerings by Robert Marasco. This is about a New York family who is just really sick of the city. They find an advertisement for like a summer house in the upstate where it's cooler that they can rent for like 3 months. And the offer almost seems too good to be true. So the mom really, really wants this. The dad is a little more hesitant. They also have is it the mother's father or the I can't remember if it's the father's mother or the mother's mother, but the grandmother is there and also their young son, and they decide to just go look, and it ends up being this crazy, like, beautiful country mansion, and it's a little bit run down, but the mom sees it as kind of like a project. Like, she'll never be able to have an experience like this again, where she's able to help restore this old house, and it's just got good bones and lots of potential, especially if they're going to be there for a few months. But there is a stipulation, and that is that there is an old lady named Mrs. Allardyce who's living in a wing of the house, but she doesn't really come out of her rooms. She's not going to be a bother. The caretaker says, you know, you just feed her meals, leave it in her sitting room, and that's all you need to do. So the family decides to do that, and things start to get kind of weird in the house as their stay progresses. This is a great vintage book. The movie is pretty good. It's got Karen Black. Now I have to Google. Why do I do this? Yes, Karen Black, who's just, she's a horror movie goddess, I guess. She's a great actress. She's young and gorgeous in this movie. And yeah, it's a good book, good movie. You know, you can read the book and then watch the movie. This last one I'd like to recommend is Ghoul by Brian Keene. I read this around Halloween last year, but it really, I mean, it takes place in the summer. It's a coming of age book, and it's one that I really liked. It was almost a 5-star read. The thing that got me, I guess, was the ending a little bit, but you know, you'll have to read it for yourself and see what you think. This is about a group of friends. This is a coming of age story. A group of young boys, like elementary, going into middle school, maybe early middle school years. And one of the friends' dads is the, like, caretaker at the local cemetery, and things at the cemetery start to get super weird. There are, like, bodies missing and weird holes and stuff like that. And this, I mean, it follows kind of the typical coming of age thing, where there's like a group of friends, there's a group of bullies, and also this like supernatural evil that's happening. There are disappearances and things like that. So of course the kids kind of want to get to the bottom of it. And yeah, I liked this. The monster in this was really strange and creepy, and I liked that it wasn't just kind of an unknown thing. Like, you're able to see inside its head and see why it's there and see the reason for its motivations and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it's not like It, where it's just from the point of view of the group of kids. You do get some of the monsters point of view in there too, which I thought was fun. So this was a great read. Ghoul by Brian Keene. Great summer read. It takes place over summer. I don't know if I said that. Why would it be on this video if it didn't? I don't know, but it did. First on my list of summer reads for this summer is Cruel Summer by Wesley Southard. This seems like a coming of age story, sort of too, but not with a group of friends. I honestly have a hard time puzzling out exactly what the synopsis is trying to tell me in this. When I read it, I read it like 4 times when I bought it, trying to figure out what it was about. And then again, I did it for this video, and I just can't quite understand exactly what's happening. But from what I can understand, and also, like, I don't want to read about it on Goodreads because I'm so afraid of being spoiled on accident. So what I can get from this is that there's a mother and a son, and the mother's abusive boyfriend, and he's an abusive boyfriend, and I think that they kill him. And I also think that he doesn't stay dead, but I'm not 100% sure. Of course, if you're looking at this and you think it sounds interesting, go ahead and check out the synopsis for yourself. I've never read anything by Wesley Southard before, but I'm gonna make it happen this summer. So next on my list is The Pandora Room by Christopher Golden. I have been trying to fit this onto my TBR for so long. This is the sequel, Well, I don't know if it's actually a sequel or if it's a prequel to Ararat, which I really loved. That is a really great winter story. This one, I'm not exactly sure if it takes place in what would be the summer season in the Western Hemisphere, but I do know that it takes place in, I think it said Pakistan? Let me double check. Oh, Iraq. So it takes place in Iraq. I'm anticipating, you know, desert, hot heat. This one is exploring Pandora's box. They're trying to find Pandora's box, whereas in Ararat, they thought they had found the remains of Noah's Ark. So I'm wondering if this one will have as much like religious folklore as Ararat did, which I didn't think was too heavy in Ararat. Sometimes if it's too heavy, it's really off-putting to me, but I don't think Pandora's box has any like at least like Christian religious stuff in it, right? I don't think so. So anyways, loved Ararat, excited to read Pandora Room. I think that there's a third book that came out maybe last year that fits into this world, I guess, with these characters. I'm not exactly sure, as I said, how they fit in a timeline together, but I'm pretty sure this is a prequel because of what happened in Ararat. But we'll see. Okay, so the next two I have here. I have The Forgotten Island by David Sodergren, and I also have Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson. I'd really like to read The Forgotten Island, but I'm not 100% sure that this takes place in this summer, or I guess in the hot months, in the hot weather. This is about some sisters who they're supposed to go to Thailand, and they get stranded on a deserted island. So I don't really know if this is a hot weather book. I'm assuming so, but if you've read this and could let me know, of course, that would be so great. If this doesn't really fit into the summer thing, I'm going to read The Saturday Night Ghost Club by Craig Davidson. This is about a kid, and I think it's his weird uncle, and the summer months and mysteries. I think it's kind of like a lighthearted coming of age story. Yeah, I've had this on my list for a long time. I just keep not getting to it, but also same with this. I really would like to read. I just really want to try David Sodergren's work out. I always see his books, and I always love the covers so much and hear good things, but you know how that is. So if you could let me know if you've read The Forgotten Island, and if you think that it fits into like a summer or hot weather horror, that would be great if you could let me know. So that's all I have for this video. Let me know what some of your favorite hot weather reads are. Thrillers are great for this too. I don't know if I've read, oh yeah, I have. I've read a couple thrillers set in the summer, and a couple of thrillers set in the winter that were pretty alright too. It's just like, I really love how weather plays into what happens to characters or groups of people in these books. It's interesting. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye!